Hi there. My name is Catherine. This is I believe the fourth video I've done. And I'm here to do these videos and to give women messages of confidence that it's a great time to be dating. Um, Online dating is a great way to meet guys. And I want to give you some tips. My channel is about giving tips for women on how to date with dignity and confidence. So today's topic is about the texting and the communication that we're going to be doing after we've matched online. So in my last video, I talked about how 5 exchanges, maybe 6 at the most, is about the limit to what you want to be communicating with back and forth. You really want to get the guy to ask you out. You wanted to get him to want your phone number so he can give you a call and move along the process of getting to know one another. So how you do that is when he reaches out, he's probably going to be really upbeat and say, how are you doing? It's nice to match with you. And your communication back is going to be light and breezy, and think about communicating with a smile on your face. So there's never anything negative. Even if you had a really crappy day at work, you're not talking about that. You're keeping it light and breezy and fun, and you have a smile on your face. And if you don't feel like texting him back because you've had a bad day, there's nothing wrong with making the guy wait. Nothing wrong at all, okay? So once you start that exchange, you're going to keep your responses brief. For example, if he asked you how your day was at work, you can say it was great, and you can maybe talk about in 1 or 2 sentences max why it was great. And then the other approach is to not necessarily say how was your day, but to say I hope you had a good day too, because you don't want to create this amount of energy that is going towards him. You're trying to draw him to you. So every time he asks you a question, every time he reaches out to you or responds to your text without it being a question, is his energy going towards you. And that's what we want to create. Okay, that's the pull that you want to have in your communication with this new guy. So he may ask for your phone number, and it's great that he does. It's good to respond with your phone number. He may also ask you when there's a good time to talk. If you're a very busy person and you have certain times in the day that it's good for you to talk to him, I would give him 3 options to reach you. No more than 3. That's all he needs. And so now you're at the point where the ball's in his court and he needs to make the phone call. If for some reason he forgets, gets busy, for whatever reason he doesn't call you, I am of the belief that it's okay to cut him some slack, okay? So I don't think this happens very often, but if it does, I think it's okay to make the exception just once, just one time. So for example, let's say you guys were going to talk on a Thursday and he missed the time that you're supposed to talk. Do not reach out to him. Don't say, hey, I thought you were going to call me. Nothing like that. If he didn't call, he didn't call, okay? If he does reach out and says, I'm so sorry, I missed our phone call. I was delayed because of my son's baseball game or whatever the reason, I wouldn't text back right away. I would wait until probably, let's say if it's a Thursday, I wouldn't text on a Friday because Friday night you have plans. You're out with your girlfriends, you're busy with your family, you have another date, whatever it is. So then let's say Saturday morning rolls around and it's kind of like after 9 a.m. and you've done some things for yourself, maybe gone to the gym or done some housework or whatever you want to do. Then you can reach out and I think you can say, hey, so-and-so, no big deal. Sorry we couldn't connect. I was looking forward to the call. Yeah, I would love to talk to you. And that's it. Now the ball's back in his court. And he will probably text you back, see if there's a good time to talk. And then I would either text him back probably within the half hour, or you can wait to text him back at the end of the weekend. And this creates kind of it's not really a game that you're playing, but it's I'm so wrapped, you as a woman, I'm so wrapped up in my life, I don't follow my phone all the time. Okay, you're a busy person. You don't keep your phone with you all the time, and that's okay. That's, I think, really good, actually. So that's how I feel about that. You can play with it however you want. If it may be difficult for you, if you're the type of person that you text people back right away, I'm not a big fan of that. I think once you get into a communication back and forth with someone, that makes more sense. But if they're interrupting your day to text you, you don't have to text them back right away. And not only that, you don't know this guy. You haven't even had a phone conversation. He is not going to dominate your day and your mind and what you're doing all weekend. And it's not even going to affect you, because remember, you are so grounded in your self-worth, your self-confidence, your busy life, that you don't even think about it. Okay, so just kind of wanted to get over that part a little bit. And so now you've come to the part where you have had a conversation. Hopefully you've kept it brief. I believe that the conversation should be probably no more than 15 minutes on the phone. You're going to talk about things that are really light and breezy. Maybe he's going to ask you what you do for work, and you're going to keep it very positive. You can go ahead and ask him about his work, and then you're kind of like getting on with your day. Now he needs to ask you out. He can kind of get that sense from you when you're on the phone, like you're expecting something, okay? And again, if you don't feel anything and like you do not like his voice or the way he talks to you on the phone or anything, like you do not have to go on that date. I'm saying if this is a good phone conversation and you do like the things that he says and he sounds pretty interesting, then yeah, we need to kind of draw him out to be asking you out. And I suggest on a first date that it should be coffee. He can suggest the place and the time. And I also think it's okay to have a drink. So even if you're not a drinker, if you don't drink wine or cocktails or whatever, that's fine. Just, iced tea or lemonade or sparkling water with a lime, it doesn't matter. You just don't even need to get into that. It's not important. So it's just great that he asked you out. So you set that up, and when you do meet, remember you're meeting in a public area, he should be coming towards you where you live. So let's say you each live a half an hour away from each other. He should be making the effort to come to you. You should not be offering to go his direction. Even if you work sort of in his direction, you don't even go there. You really want him to put in the effort to come towards you. Guys like working to get your attention, to get your time, okay? They like that work that they have to put in to get there. So so when you do meet, whatever it's going to be, coffee or a drink, I would say no more than an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. It's just a brief meeting. If it's for a drink, then you have plans with your girlfriends or somebody at 7:30 p.m. and that's where you're off to, okay? No exceptions. That's where you're going. And then also with coffee, you have plans in the afternoon. And so you're going to set those plans in motion and thank him very much for the date, and hopefully it goes well. And remember what I said on the last video, it doesn't have to be fireworks and just this explosive chemistry between you. Of course, it's great if it is, but most likely it's not going to be like that. You're just looking for some sort of chemistry between the two of you, so there's sparks some interest to see him again. And I think that's great. I think that's a great first start. So, okay, so we've talked about the exchanges and not having it be more than 5 or 6 times. If he doesn't call you, only allowing him one exception to the rule to contact you again. And again, to reiterate, if that mistake does happen, you're not going to be texting him back right away. You're going to be texting him probably 24 to 48 hours after he wasn't able to reach you, okay? Because again, that's going to be like, wow, I kind of messed that up. This is what he's thinking. I kind of messed that up. She seemed like a pretty interesting gal. I hope she gives me an opportunity again. So we're hoping that he's thinking that, okay? So you got to give him some time to think through that. You know, you can't respond right away and be like, you know, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you finally called me. You know, we don't want to do that. Okay, so what else should I cover here today? I think that's about it. That's a good start. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I hope you like this video. I have so much more material to share. Again, I've gone through this, okay? I've lived in the position of, oh my gosh, this just seems daunting, you know, how much energy should I put towards this texting, or how many exchanges should I do, or is this guy for real? I can't tell you, there's probably, of the 10 dates, 3 of them completely chickened out on me, and I never heard from him again. That's normal. It just happens. You know, you don't know what this guy's like on the other end. He could be, unfortunately, he could be married or have a girlfriend, and he's just trying to get a little bit of attention. So that's why it's really important to stay grounded, because you just don't know what's going to happen. And you can expect a little bit of that negative stuff. It's just part of it's just part of it. So if you know that going in, you won't take it personally. You'll just realize it's part of online dating, excuse me. It's just part of the online dating. And great. So hope you like this video. Please subscribe. And I think you're beautiful, and I'm so glad we have this opportunity to communicate, or me to communicate with you. I think my message is super important. And go have a great day.